Talk about the importance of playing with a metronome, because that really is the key to a groove. It's got to be locked in. And Tim, you play with a metronome almost all the time, right? You certainly practice with it.
You really, in this day and age when a lot of live touring acts and churches and everyone's using click tracks or metronomes in their live performances, it's crucial to be able to play with a click. And working with a metronome at all different tempos, slow, medium, fast. It's just a great tool. Or if it's a medium up-tempo beat you're struggling with, slowing it way down to slow motion and working at that groove kind of in slow motion with the click is really helps you iron out some things.
A lot of times when a drummer loses the groove, it's filling into a chorus or something like that. The fill into a chorus, it's always wants to push ahead of the beat.
That's right.
How do you practice holding back on that?
Yeah, I mean that's just time spent with a metronome. There's no substitute. So working on grooves with your metronome, but like you said, working on your fills and your transitions, verses to chorus. These are really practical things. I mean, there's a lot of information out there for drummers on technical stuff, but this is super everyday, practical, meat and potatoes kind of stuff. Just grooves and fills, playing appropriately for a song, and all of that ties in with working with a metronome.
Give us an example of the fills.
So let's see. Let's take that song for instance, and I think we have a click feed going, so the listener can hear the click as well. Okay. So I'll come out of the verse of that song. Okay. He Never Sleeps. So I'll just do the last couple bars alone. So, I was pretty tight with the click there, hopefully, and that's what you're aiming for. You're aiming for keeping a locked groove. It's okay if it breathes a little bit. It can ebb and flow, but a metronome will definitely help you get that under control so it's not all over the place, and then the groove kind of disappears when you start rushing too much or pulling back too much. Yeah. That's your goal.
In the excitement of a performance, or you get excited in a worship song in your church, the tendency is going to be to rush into the chorus, and things just, when you got 1,000 or 2,000 people out there, the energy level is up, everybody's adrenaline is running a little bit higher, and the tendency is to rush. But a good drummer is going to lock you into that groove with a metronome, and it takes some discipline, but
that's right. Yeah, and practice. A great thing about practicing is that in the midst of those circumstances where you're nervous and you're playing in front of a big group or whatever the scenario is, if you've practiced, you've developed some muscle memory, and it's amazing how many times I'll maybe nervous in the middle of a concert or something, and I'll see my muscle memory from having practice kind of kick in, and it's like, oh wow, I'm glad I worked on that.